This is a world of heroes wielding swords and magic. Heroes Continent. At this very moment, this place currently has a large-scale massive war taking place due to the Demon Queen launching an all-out war against all the races. With the help of the Demon Queen's oppressive strength, the Demon Queen's army was like a hot knife through butter in their attacks. And the empires of the various races fell to ruin, one after the other. Very quickly, only the human race remained steadfast in their resistance. But alas, because of the internal strife and rebellions amongst the humans, their empire collapsed along with their defenses. Humans surrender, and just like that, she was dubbed the strongest Demon Queen in history, Elizabeth, as well as secured her position as the only ruler of this world. It was a complete domination. At the human empire on the edge of destruction, a priest was still struggling and fighting with Demon Queen army. Priest shouted, telling Elizabeth to don't think she have won with this alone. In the future, she will definitely be defeated completely by their hero, just like in the legends, Queen's Guard. Kick that priest in face. He is human prince. Wis Malfoy, and the priest he just kicked is Wis Malfoy's teacher, Priest Barrow. Wis Malfoy asked Priest Barrow to please get things straight. Because right now, Her Majesty isn't asking for his opinion. She's giving him an order. Priest Barrow yelled that it's all bullshit, and Wis Malfoy is a patricide-committing, enemy-welcoming, traitor of the human race. Priest Barrow even cultivated him as if he were the prophesied hero in vain. Wis Malfoy get angry to hear Priest Barrow's nonsense. He told Priest Barrow since he missed Wis Malfoy's useless father of his so much, Wis Malfoy will just let Priest Barrow join him. Wis Malfoy unleashed his demon hand and transformed it into Demon's arm. But when Wis Malfoy struck at Priest Barrow, a dark shadow appeared behind him telling him to stay his hand. Wis Malfoy stopped his attack right before it hit Priest Barrow. Wis Malfoy knees in front of that shadow. That shadow asked Priest Barrow that since he said that he will stand by human side in the future, and it will end Demon Queen's defeat, so he better explain what he mean to this queen, Oregon. Else his death would not be a easy one. The existence standing in front of Priest Barrow is Demon Queen, Elizabeth. Elizabeth threatened Priest Barrow by telling him that this queen has 1,000 different ways to make him suffer a fate worse than death. Priest Barrow was too scared to see his death in Elizabeth's eyes. He started telling her that the prophecy states that when the prophesied hero pulls out the holy sword, it will be the day the demon race's reign comes to an end. The holy sword is the sword embedded in the stone platform in the main hall. After telling her everything Priest Barrow said he will never tell her, he will never betray the human race. Priest Barrow has lost his mind to fear. Elizabeth looks at stone platform in which holy sword, Alpha, was embedded. The legends tell of the hero receiving the right to challenge this queen because he pulls out this sword. As Elizabeth put her hand on that holy sword, she thought that it's interesting. Elizabeth said this queen shall look forward to his arrival here then. Since then, Elizabeth was waiting, but the first year under Elizabeth's reign ended while wadding. Then second year under Elizabeth's reign ended while wadding, as well as third, fourth, and fifth year ended. And now it's the 15th year under Elizabeth's reign. Under the Demon Queen's absolute rule, all the past practices and inequalities amongst the races were all abolished. Everyone was able to get along on equal standing. Without disputes, everyone was able to live in peace and harmony, developing together. Very quickly, Heroes Continent began thriving and flourishing. Additionally, because they were afraid of the rare peace being destroyed, an anti-hero alliance emerged. They resolutely rejected the arrival of the prophesied hero. Demon Empire at the initial Human Empire meeting hall. Demon Queen Elizabeth asked her subordinate, do they have any news on the prophesied hero, Chancellor of the Elf race? Twillia reported to Elizabeth that the elf race has already mobilized all the tree insects to search, but they could not find a single piece of information regarding the prophesied hero, Chancellor of the Dwarf race. Heimerdinger told Elizabeth that the dwarves are not very good at collecting information, but according to the information compiled from every weapon store around, there has been nobody suspicious. Chancellor of the human race, Aristotle said that he believed that even if that prophesied hero does make his appearance, him standing up against them will be in vain, so they need not worry about him at all. Chancellor of the demon race, Jim whispered and told Aristotle that Her Majesty isn't afraid of the prophesied hero. Instead, she really wants him to come. In order to act in response to that prophecy, Her Majesty gathered all sorts of ancient books on magic and war tactics to research. Chancellor of the Beastman race, Muggle told Aristotle that as long as Her Majesty wills it, she could annihilate Heroes Continent in a split second. Twillia said that it's that idiot Barrow's fault. What prophecy? It's just a load of nonsense. With Her Majesty ruling it is their fortune. They can just let the prophesied hero die. Suddenly, someone entered yelling, "Reject the hero! Reject the hero in the hall!" Heimerdinger said, "Speak of Barrow, and he shall appear." Initially High Priest of the human race, now President of the Demon Queen Fan Club. President of the Anti-Prophesied Hero Association, Barrow Smith, he was shouting. "Support the reign of Her Majesty. The Demon Queen reject the arrival of the hero." Demon Queen with one flick of her finger grabbed Priest Barrow by neck. Elizabeth was too angry. She asked Priest Barrow to explain himself to this queen. "Where is that prophesied hero?" Priest Barrow was too scared. He told her that actually the prophecy doesn't necessarily have to be accurate. When the target exceeds the expectations of the prophecy, like Your Majesty, for example. Miss Malfoy greets the Demon Queen and said that Priest Barrow is right. It is a great offense to take that stupid prophecy and apply it to Her Majesty. It is too great an offense. Her Majesty need not take offense in the slightest. This official has had new findings recently. Elizabeth hit Miss Malfoy with her tail, and in cold voice told him to get lost. Miss Malfoy was scared. He said he understood. Elizabeth threw Priest Barrow and shouted that her subordinates are bunch of trash. Elizabeth said, "The king have reached the peak of the world, holding the power of the world. She wait for the legendary hero to challenge her, and then become his stepping stone to fame. She have studied all the ancient magic books of the hero continent, and after countless hardships, she created the doomsday magic to wait for hero's challenge. But hero is nowhere to be seen. Where is he?" She was looking at the holy sword and getting angry thinking all this. Then she put her hand of the holy sword and said that since hero isn't coming to her. Jim, Twillia and all the Chancellor were scared, asking Queen Elizabeth that she don't mean to, Elizabeth shouted. "That she'll go to herself then." Elizabeth grabbed the holy sword and tried to unleash it. There was a huge shockwave of aura around Elizabeth. It was hard of Elizabeth to pull out the holy sword, so she used all her power to and concentrate on holy sword. All the Chancellors were scared to see Elizabeth's power. They couldn't believe that Demon Queen is really going to pull out Hero's sword. Suddenly, a huge energy light beam comes out of the rooftop of the Queen's palace, and the Demon Queen Elizabeth successfully pull out the holy sword. Elizabeth looks at the holy sword and thought that, who said that only the legendary hero can pull it out? She can do it too. When Elizabeth was holding the holy sword, she got a vision of a faraway mountain range. And on top of a mountain, there is a house. She thought that legendary hero is hiding there. Elizabeth raised her hand and used Labus magic. A magic circle appear. The magic she going to use was forced teleportation. When Miss Malfoy saw that she is going, he runs towards her asking her to please let him continue to serve her by her side. But he was too slow, and Elizabeth teleported. Miss Malfoy could only get her one hair. He was too sad because his master left him. On the other hand, at the newbie village, the legendary hero was wearing farming clothes and was holding an axe. He said that farming is too peaceful. His name is Leping. In reality, he is just an ordinary office worker, living a dull life, not fond of playing games or watching anime. The only pleasure is probably watching his favorite short videos on the way to work. When he was watching some short video, he said, "He's so envious. If only he could live like this too." And the next moment he teleported in this world. He was confused at first, but under the guidance of the newbie system, he slowly learned the basic survival skills here. He don't know anything about this different world at all, but it doesn't matter. Isn't this the kind of pastoral life that he want? His body is much healthier than when he was working. But one day while he was working, the newbie system told him that after this period of newbie training, Leping have fully met the conditions to leave the newbie village. So system asked him to please start his adventure. Leping asked system that isn't it fine now? Why do we have to leave? Newbie system told Leping that after leaving the newbie village, Leping will meet all kinds of other people in this world. He can learn various skills of sword and magic from them, become the legendary hero, and kill the Demon King. So please start your adventure. But system was shocked to hear that Leping don't want to kill any Demon King at all. Can't he just continue living here? System said. Of course not. Killing the Demon King is the player's mission. System message comes one after another asking Leping to please start his adventure. The system kept urging him to leave the newbie village and start an adventure. But besides nagging, it can't do anything to Leping. So to hell with what Demon King. Leping just want to live like this forever. Because there is a special time barrier here that can completely hide the newbie village for safety. And inside the barrier, a day has far more than 24 hours of time perception, which also allows Leping to do more things he like. Leping do farming and level up. He do hunting and level up. He so forging and level up. He still know nothing about swords and magic. But for him who doesn't go out for adventure, those are not important at all. Through exchanging points from newbie tasks, he slowly built his ideal pastoral home from scratch. Until one day, newbie System get too angry at Leping. System yell at him that, how can he be this outrageous? In this world of sword and magic every day, he only know how to farm and fare, ignoring System's suggestions completely. How is this a legendary hero at all? Leping only know how to play with newbie points and exchange them for maintenance tools. He don't want to learn any sword skills or magic at all. System's various adventure assistance functions have no room to play at all. System hate it. System hope. Leping die soon by the Demon King, and then System crashed, and then disappeared. Leping was now free, and was doing farming to survive. And one day when Leping saw that the firewood seems to be running low, so he thought he should prepare some first. But he forgot to bring his axe back from the woods when he went out to chop wood in the morning. Suddenly, Leping noticed that dark clouds are forming with lightning. Leping said that there's no way at this time it will rain. But Leping don't know that it's not raining clouds, but it's a magic circle which Elizabeth used to teleport there. Elizabeth said that she finally found the legendary hero. But Leping ignores her and runs towards the house, shouting that it's going to rain heavily all of a sudden, and all his clothes and dried fish are going to get wheat. Elizabeth was lost of words. Leping said, luckily he made it in time, otherwise his dried fish and sausages would have gone bad. Wang Kai, an electronic pet dog for companionship, comes running towards Leping. Wang Kai run around Leping to play, but Leping told Wang Kai to stop it, because it's about to rain, so hurry back inside. Suddenly, Leping hear a sound. When he looks at the sky, he saw something flying in the sky. He asked Wang Kai, that what's that thing in the sky? Elizabeth told Leping that he is quite dull. How dare he address her as something? Leping said sorry to her, saying he didn't see it clearly earlier. Leping was thinking, why did someone suddenly come here? Isn't the newbie village supposed to be completely safe? Elizabeth decided to let's verify first if Leping is the hero or not. Elizabeth threw the holy sword at Leping. Leping asked her to wait, but it was too late. Leping was scared. So he covered his face by his hand. Elizabeth was surprised to see that the holy sword didn't hit Leping and turns around and get in his hand. Leping consciously grabbed to the sword and move it like the legendary hero. But he returned back to normal, was confused that something suddenly flew into his hand. Elizabeth was also confused to see Leping. What's going on? The recognition of the holy sword Alpha can't be wrong. But Leping's magic sensing ability is so low that even ordinary soldiers surpass it. She thought, could it be that Leping is hiding his true power? Elizabeth was very angry. She made a magic circle and shouted that she is Elizabeth, the strongest demon queen in history, and today, she shall completely obliterate Leping, the legendary hero. Leping get too scared when he hear that she is demon queen. Leping was thinking that why is she here when he haven't left this place? Wang Kai was barking at Elizabeth. Leping told Wang Kai to shut up. Don't provoke her. Leping saw that Elizabeth used her abyss magic, and many magic circle appeared in the sky. Elizabeth used extinction magic and summoned many giant rocks to throw at Leping. Leping understand now. As Tai System said, the meeting between the hero and the demon queen is inevitable, even if he never left the newbie village. Leping turned around and threw the holy sword. Now there's nothing more to say. He started waking towards his house, but his legs were shaking in fear. He was thinking that, so far he'd been a newbie noob, but the final boss has come knocking. So besides accepting his fate, what else can he do? Leping grabbed his door and looks back, thinking perhaps he should be content. He have no regrets, knowing he could spend such happy times here. Leping goes inside the house thinking that in the end, he will return to zero with this home. Leping closed the door as he have accepted his death. But Elizabeth gets angry because what it looks like to her that Leping smiled at her and challenged her to come if she can. Elizabeth shouted that it's unbelievable. Leping is an arrogant bastard. She launched those giant rocks at Leping's house. When Wang Kai saw those rocks, suddenly, some commands started running in his mind. When those rocks were about to hit the house, Wang Kai's calculation was completed. From Wang Kai's stomach missile launcher and many more weapons pop up, Wang Kai turned into War Robot and destroyed all those giant rocks with his missiles. After destroying that giant rock, Wang Kai started barking again at Elizabeth. Elizabeth said as expected, the hero from the legend dares to be so arrogant. It turns out he rely on having an advanced magical tool with awakened sentience. She unleashed her power, and said that in front of her everything is inferior. In the sky, it looks like clouds are going to falling, but it was Elizabeth's apocalyptic magic. Elizabeth said, she've lost interest in probing the hero any further. So let's end it here. The magic she used this time is earth recasting. A super laugh and RG ball started falling from the sky towards the beginner's village. Again, Wang Kai started calculating the attack power, and as his calculation completed, Wang Kai's mouth opened and a black energy ball started farming. When that black energy ball saw sufficient energy, then Wang Kai launched it at Elizabeth. Elizabeth easily dodged that black energy ball, saying it's useless. That black energy ball hit Elizabeth's super large energy and disappear. Elizabeth laughs and told Hiro to disappear obediently along with this land. But to her surprise, Wang Kai's black energy ball was a quantum mechanical black hole. It blast and absorbed Elizabeth's super large energy ball and disappear. Elizabeth was too stunned to see that her apocalyptic magic has been cracked. Elizabeth was scared, thinking, what did Hiro Leping do inside the house to crack her magic? But little did she know that Leping was simply lying on his bed, all prepared and is waiting for death. Elizabeth comes down on the ground where Elizabeth was. She looks at Wang Kai. Wang Kai looks at her with anger while barking at her. Elizabeth started laughing like crazy. Then her eyes turns black, and she said that unexpectedly. In the end, it's she who underestimated legendary Hiro. But Elizabeth's hands started extending, her wings extended, and because more scary, she told Hiro to don't get too conceited. Because so far she've only used less than 30% of her power. Elizabeth powered up and goes in her demon god form. She shouted, "Impudent scoundrel, I show you what real terror is." Elizabeth fly towards Wang Kai with her full power, and Wang Kai also goes in his war robot mode to fight Elizabeth. There was huge energy blast when both of them collide with each other. 1 hour later, Leping fall asleep with waiting for his death. When his sleep break, he wakes up thinking, have he already died? But when he looks forward, he saw the same things he had in his house. He was surprised that isn't he still at home. When he stand up, it seems quiet outside too. Leping grabbed the door lock with his shaking hands. He was scared, thinking that the demon queen wouldn't be waiting for him out there like a maniac, right? Leping slowly opened the door and looked outside. There was smoke everywhere, in that he was Elizabeth in demon god mode who has destroyed Wang Kai. She cracked Wang Kai's front screen with her big nails. When Elizabeth saw Leping, she threw Wang Kai's body and turned around. Elizabeth's eyes were full of killing instincts. She said to Leping that she is truly sorry, that she completely destroyed the magical tool he was so proud of. As she was coming towards Leping, he was too scared. He told her that it's okay. Can't they sit down and talk? Elizabeth said. Sure, they can talk after she killed Leping. But Elizabeth's head started shaking. Elizabeth thought that this is unbelievable to push her to her limits. Is this the ending that was foretold for her? And at last Elizabeth lost consciousness and fall on the ground. Leping was surprised to see her falling down. He held her in his arms and asked her if she's okay. Elizabeth's demon god mode started dissipation. As her armor was despairing, her clothes started despairing. Leping was too shocked to see it. He asked her that what is she trying to do? But Elizabeth's all clothes despaired. Leping got a solid nosebleed after seeing Elizabeth's naked body. After some time at night, Elizabeth was sleeping on a bed while she was handcuffed. But she was wearing clothes now. Suddenly she wakes up. She couldn't believe that. She, the demon queen, has suffered a humiliating defeat, and instead of taking the opportunity to kill her, Hiro imprisoned her. Did he do it to show his power to the world? Elizabeth gathered her abyss magic in her hand to break free, but her magic didn't work. Elizabeth thought that this handcuffs are another legendary class artifact she've never seen. Elizabeth was irritated, thinking how much power is Hiro still hiding. She looks around in the room and analyzes her surroundings. She thought that these strange things are definitely not simple. It seems this Hiro is much more wicked than she imagined. She underestimated him too much. Suddenly Leping enters the room. He was surprised to see Elizabeth awake. When Elizabeth saw Leping, she told him that if he want to kill her, don't expect her to beg for mercy. But Leping didn't even listen to her. He was busy thinking that the demon queen is truly frightening. But this is his only chance to survive. He must seize it. He asked her if they can talk instead. When Leping was putting the food, he saw Elizabeth struggling with handcuffs. Leping told her that he just used this handcuffs as a precaution. As she know how terrifying Elizabeth is, Elizabeth was confused. She don't understand what Leping is saying at all. Leping believed there must be a misunderstanding between them. He said he'll unlock the handcuffs for her now, and then they can talk. But what Elizabeth understood is that Leping is looking down at her, and he is saying sorry, because from the beginning, Elizabeth had a misunderstanding. She thought she was formidable enough to challenge the Hiro. But she is absolutely wrong. And if she want to stay alive, then fulfill his demands. Elizabeth was angry, thinking that Hiro is threatening the demon queen. Leping unlocked her handcuffs. Leping said to Elizabeth that since he've unlocked the handcuffs to prove that he really have no ill intentions, so as promised they should talk. Elizabeth turned around, thinking that the current situation is very unfavorable for her. Strong individuals know when to bend and when to stretch. She'll endure Hero for now, but he'll regret his arrogance later. While Elizabeth was having all this thought, Leping was too scared. Because he had now free her, he told Elizabeth to take a rest for now. Sure, everyone is curious why Leping didn't kill the Demon Queen when she was unconscious. So in this world of swords and magic, Leping thought that it's perfectly normal for Elizabeth, as the Demon Queen, to possess a resurrection skill. Killing chickens and fish for soup is one thing. But Leping could never kill a person, however. Resolving the conflict between the hero and the Demon Queen doesn't necessarily require killing and fighting. Leping thought that as long as he can show that he posed no threat to her and become her friend, he can continue to live happily. Leping started laughing while thinking about a master plan, but Elizabeth get more angry as she thought Leping is still mocking her. Leping asked pick up Wang Kai from outside, but he was sad that Wang Kai has become such a mess. Elizabeth asked Leping if this thing is his most powerful magic tool. Leping thought, what magic tool? It's just a little thing he made while living here out of boredom. But he was too lazy to explain it to Elizabeth, so he told her that she could say that. He told her that Wang Kai was developed by him just recently. When Elizabeth heard that she had a smile on her face, she thought that this time, it's Leping's turn to be careless. After untying the handcuffs, she secretly used Abyss infinite magic to recover quickly. And Hero, after losing the protection of his most powerful magic tool, is like losing his right arm. She thought that the balance of power has tilted towards her. She stands up on the bed with full of killing intact. She said sorry to Leping for breaking his things. Leping told her that it's okay. The memory card is still safe. He pulled out the memory card from Wang Kai's head. Elizabeth was ready to use her world-destroying magic on Leping. She thought that this moment is the best time for her to eliminate the legendary hero. But right before Elizabeth could attack, Leping opens the closets. Where was Many Wang Kai's body? He told Elizabeth that since the body can't be repaired. So he made a lot of preparations here. Elizabeth was too stunned to see that many Wang Kai. Leping picked one Wang Kai and put that memory card in it. New Wang Kai opened his eyes and started moving around him again. Leping told Elizabeth that it's fun to have a companion, but sometimes it's naughty. So Leping usually only activate one at home. Now Leping and Wang Kai looks like some devil to Elizabeth. Elizabeth was too scared she fall on the bed, saying that there is no way it's not possible. Suddenly Elizabeth smells something. She asked Leping, "What's this smell?" Leping told her that when he saw her faint, he made some food to warm her up. It was regular meat porridge and regular dumplings. Elizabeth said that only the weak need to eat. She have reached a transcendent state and don't need these things. Elizabeth said that, but her stomach start making sound. Elizabeth was embarrassed. Leping get happy because he thought that resolving conflicts with delicious food can surely work. Leping told Elizabeth that these are all made from vegetables and grains he grew himself. It's completely natural. He asked Elizabeth to please have a taste. Elizabeth, while hesitating, pitch one dumpling. She take a bite. She didn't say anything and just eat it. Leping was nervous looking at Elizabeth. Although he is confident in his cooking, will the Demon Queen with her status appreciate these newbie village things? Elizabeth, one by one, eat all the dumplings. Elizabeth said that with each bite, the meat juices burst like fireworks in her mouth, a natural and unadorned flavor. It also contains a high concentration of magical energy. Elizabeth was too satisfied. She didn't know before that this world actually has such a delicacy thing. It's so delicious that she, the Demon Queen, can't bear to swallow that last bite. When she swallowed it, she was shocked. Elizabeth's heart skipped for a second. A volcano of spices erupted in her mouth. Elizabeth could barely control herself. She was too embarrassed to show this side of her. She told Leping that it's so spicy. While shaking her body, Elizabeth asked Leping what did he add to the food. Leping was too scared because he added a bit of chili according to his own taste. He asked if the Demon Queen not handle spicy food. Elizabeth looks at Leping and thought that, just as expected of Hero, there were no good intentions. This evil hero has imprisoned her just to use her for research experiments. But at that moment, Leping remembered that there is this thing. He told Elizabeth to try century egg and lean pork congee. It clears heat and reduces fire. Elizabeth thought that this hero is too evil, feeding poison on one hand and providing the antidote on the other, playing with her in the palm of his hand. He thought that there's no way around it. This strange feeling is too uncomfortable. Elizabeth picked up the spawn and take a bite of the porridge. The second Elizabeth put in her mouth, her mind traveled to the heaven. That was a very peaceful feeling. Elizabeth was too comfortable. The quest for world domination, the struggle between the Demon Queen and the hero. All of these disturbances no longer concern her, letting go of everything, living carefree. But because of this that she've discovered how truly insignificant she is. Elizabeth advanced in breaking through at the same time. Now Elizabeth is 3-star Demon Queen. It was surprisingly to Elizabeth that, by consuming food, she was brought into a new realm. Under the influence of 2 extreme stimuli, her power has once again advanced. Elizabeth told Leping to don't pretend she asked him what do we want. Leping smiled little as he was sacred. He said he just want them to research how a demon queen and a hero can coexist. Elizabeth was now nervous because she thought Leping is telling her that, in this world, Elizabeth is the only one qualified to be the subject of his research as the hero. And he is asking Elizabeth to come let him help her become stronger, and then she defeat him. Leping asked her if that is okay. He'll also continue making delicious food to serve her. Elizabeth get more angry because she thought that Anai may be killed but not shamed, and she is the demon queen. How could he do that to her? It looks like to her that Leping is telling her that if she want to become stronger, he can help her. He is also looking forward to whether she can defeat him, but Elizabeth controlled herself and said never mind, forget it. Leping get nervous. He thought she is telling him to forget his proposal. He thought is she still going to kill him? Elizabeth stand up on the bed and ask Leping to listen to her. She said she can agree with his conditions. But he should know this. He is doing this not out of fear but to pursue the pinnacle of strength. Leping was confused when he heard that she would fear him. She is the demon queen. She hold the power she can do as she wish. Elizabeth laughs and told Leping to don't think that she'll lower her head and be submissive while living here. Her dignity as the demon queen must never be violated. Otherwise, even if she have to sacrifice everything, she'll destroy the hero. Leping was too scared to see her. He said he understood. He asked her to let's try to get along. Time flies quickly and 1 year has passed in the beginner's village. Now Holy Sword has been used as wood chopping tool. The atmosphere around the house is calm, but Leping's mind is now calm. Leping don't know what should he do because things have gotten too complicated, ever since the Demon Queen. Elizabeth forcibly entered and broke the protective barrier of the newbie village. Time here has gradually synchronized with the outside world. Time synchronization isn't the issue. But what's disastrous is that without the barrier's protection, the newbie village has lost its concealment function and is completely exposed in the wilderness. And the monsters appearing nearby don't seem to be so simple. There are giant dragons, fire phoenix, and many more monsters are roaming the grounds. Leping know that he couldn't deal with any of them. He has the holy sword, but he can only use is to chop woods. But because of the Demon Queen's presence here, monsters don't dare to approach. Leping thought that does this mean that once the Demon Queen leaves he will die? Suddenly Elizabeth's voice comes from inside the house asking Leping that it's lunchtime. Why isn't it ready yet? Leping get nervous when he hear that voice every time he reply that he is coming right away. So now Leping know that he must seek Elizabeth's protection if he want to survive in this world. The Demon Queen was watching the drama from the human world on the television. She watched drama all day and eat potato chips while lying on the comfortable sofa. That slim and hot Elizabeth has turned into a fatty drama addict. She even complains that she is tired of watching these recordings of Leping. She asks him that can't he get something new from that system of his. Leping comes inside the room while holding a bowl full of food. He told Elizabeth that the system has long disappeared, so it is impossible. He asked her to come on because he've prepared lunch. Elizabeth sit up and asked Leping to just give her a moment. She moved her finger in air and used a magic spell. 2 wings appeared on her back, but they were too small compared to when she was a proper demon queen. Elizabeth slowly fly with those wings of hers to travel to the kitchen. Elizabeth asked Leping that what kind of poison is in these chips he is feeding her because she feel like the more she eat the lazier she become. Elizabeth was angry thinking that Leping is using the guise of delicious food to paralyze her with these slow-acting poisons, trying to lead her to total depravity. This is too delusional. Leping told her that these chips are high in calories. Eating too many can easily accumulate fat, and people naturally become fat. When Elizabeth was surprised to hear the word fat, but when she look at her body, she really has accumulated too much fat. She tried to touch her stomach, but it was too soft and squeezy. Elizabeth flick her finger and use her deep sea magic on herself. The magic she used was negative attributes, conversion, and this magic transform Elizabeth back to slim and hot. Demon Queen. Elizabeth thought that Leping feed her all this so he can make her weak. She said sorry to him because all the fat that accumulated in her body has been converted into magic power. On the other hand, innocent Leping was amazed to see that magic can be used like this. Elizabeth laughs because another trick of Leping has foiled by her. She asks him how did he feel. Very disappointed. Leping could laughs and agree to whatever she said. He said, whatever Elizabeth say is right and ask her eat. Elizabeth's mouth watered after seeing the food placed in front of her. She said that today's lunch suits her taste perfectly, so she won't hold back. Elizabeth turned slim, but her habits are still that of a fatty. She was eating like animal. Leping asked her to wait and eat slowly. But she didn't listen to him. He told her that if it's not enough, he can make more. It doesn't matter if she eat more. Elizabeth stopped for a second and looks at Leping. She thought, what does Leping mean to say is that Elizabeth is still too weak? She should fatten up before he kill her. Elizabeth get more angry after imagine all that. Leping said for dessert, he'll go get it for her. Elizabeth thinking, is Leping really treating her like a pig? In this past year, she've broken through more than 10 times. She should have the ability to challenge Leping now. He was going to ask him to let's have a decisive battle. But Leping take out Elizabeth's favorite pudding lug from the refrigerator. Elizabeth's mood, swift from anger. When she see the pudding, she jumped from her sit in joy and asked Leping to give it to her. Leping thought that fortunately, this demon queen isn't that difficult to deal with. Having the right food can calm her down easily. On the other hand, miles away from the beginner's village, an old man was running away. He was not alone. A green-haired girl was also running away with him. Some ghost-like entities, who were making click-click sound, were after that old man and the girl. A ghost jumped from behind to attack. That ghost has scary nails, and with it he tear the space. He used spatial tearing magic to attack both of them. When the old man saw it, he run more fast to dodge, and just when he was about to get out of the range, that ghost pull in her hand in the spatial, his strike get more strong and reach the old man immediately. But that was not a damage-dealing attack. Instead, it was a trap named Nail Cage to trap both the old man and the girl in it. When there is no way to run, old man pull out his sword to fight back. That green-haired girl name is Evil. Old man told Evil, who is also his daughter, to wait for him to hold them back. Then she keep going towards the town. It'll be safe there. Evil was injured at that time and couldn't fight back, but she don't want to leave her father behind and escape by herself. Old man told Evil that he promised her mother that he would protect Evil no matter what. While both of them were talking and wasting time, all the ghosts catch up to them. The ghost in front used ghost fire, and a super big purple fire appeared in the sky. Old men know that he must finish this quickly. He used the strongest move he has. He cover his sword with aura and swing it with full power towards sky. His strike was more powerful than the ghost fire, and it cut both the ghost fire and the ghost into two. When that ghost was falling from the sky, other ghosts saw it. Other ghost raised his hand on that dead ghost's direction, and that dead ghost's body turned into black fog and mix in with other ghost. When the other ghost fully absorbed the dead ghost, he grow a new head mask just like the dead ghost, and he became more powerful. Evil shouted that, no matter what, she won't leave her father. She aims at the ghost with her aura arrow, and used natural arrow magic to attack the ghost. But her arrows didn't do any damage to the ghosts because those ghosts are Dark Guild's apostles. Old man told Evil that she can't handle the Dark Guild's apostles. He said he don't know how long he can hold them back, so he asked Evil to hurry and go. Suddenly that ghost sit and put his frog-like hands on the ground, and when he released aura in the ground, it directly goes to the old man through underground. Old man jumped sideways to dodge, the ground got destroyed. Other ghost used this time to get close to the old man. Old man was in air, so he was unable to dodge a close-range attack. He used his sword to defend, but that ghost used all his power to punch him. Old man goes flying and hit a giant rock. That hit was too strong that, for a second, old man's eyes got blank. He threw up blood. Evil shouted her father's name while crying, but all this injury was not enough to take down that old man. He was still breathing and was conscious. He told Evil to don't worry about him and ask her, go quickly. The third ghost jumped from back to get absorbed in that two-face ghost. When all three of them fully mixed together they remove the black coat and transform into a dark blue giant ghost slime. Evil and the old man looks to tiny in front of that ghost because of losing too much blood. Old man in the end lost consciousness. Evil was too scared to see the giant ghost in front of her. While crying, she begged the ghost to please spare her father, and she'll go back with the ghost. But that ghost roars loudly with his ugly mouth. Now Evil realized that she is going to die. But just when that ghost raised his hand to finish them off, A more giant foot crushed that ghost to death. Just that unknown things. One foot was enough to destroy the ground around them. Rock and dust fly all around. But when Evel look in front, she get to scared. She saw that a Lord Mammoth was standing in front on her. It was the one who killed Thay Ghost with only his one foot. Both evil and bold man looks like ants in front of that mammoth. There was a house on the head on that mammoth. In that house, that mammoth's master, Immortal Frog, was leaving. Immortal Frog asked his big brother that the danger has been cleared. How should they deal with these two harmless humans? The one Immortal Frog called brother was leaving on the house, which was on Immortal Frog's head. The Immortal Frog's brother was Leping's mechanical pet dog Wang Kai. Wang Kai told Immortal Frog to do not harm harmless humans. He will take them back to his master to deal with. The sometimes later when Evil wakes up, she was still shocked to see that joint mammoth. But she find herself lying on the bed in an unknown room. She looks around to see where is this strange place and where is her dad. At that moment, she remember about her father's injured condition after fighting that ghost. She said that father is seriously injured. If he doesn't get treatment in time, he could. She removed that blanket and stand up. She was still wearing her armor. She immediately returns to the single door that was in that room. She opened the door and shouted for her father. But she was shocked to see that her father is all healed and is showing his muscular body. Leping praised Evel's father, saying that uncle must have spent a lot of time training to look like this. Evil's father said to Leping that as a warrior, physical fitness is fundamental. When Leping hear that Evil's father is warrior, he get too excited. He asked him if this, the warrior profession of another world. It's so amazing. When Wang Chai saw that Leping is happy, he started running in circles around Leping, but Elizabeth was irritated by Wang Kai, so she kicked Wang Kai with her foot. Wang Kai goes flying and hit the ground 3 times. Elizabeth was angry. She called Wang Kai stupid dog and asked him who told him to bring this riffraff back. The memories of defeat, being beaten and destroyed by the Demon King, resurface in Wang Kai's system, and it started shaking in fear. On the other hand, Leping completely ignored both of them. He touched Evil's father's bicep and said, "Wow, it's too sturdy." Evil's father make another pose and said that since Mr. Leping likes it, he won't hide it either. He use his 100% battle soul burning skill and tear apart all his clothes. That old man has turned into a muscle man with muscles everywhere. Leping get too excited to him like that. He make more poses to show Leping. Evil was too shocked to see her father like that. She asked him what is he doing. Evil's father was little surprised to see that Evil has finally woke up. He told Evil that he is trying to please their saviors. Then Leping told the situation to Evil. But when Leping was telling her, suddenly, Elizabeth jumped between them. She told Evil that now that Evil is awake, then both of them should get out of here. Elizabeth goes forward and warned Evil. She put pressure on Evil and told her that Elizabeth come first. Evil was too scared of Elizabeth. But Leping saw the situation and tried to calm Elizabeth. He said that it's rare to have guests, so let's go inside and talk. All of them get inside. Then Leping pours some tea for Evil and her father. He said, sorry because he don't have anything good to offer them in this rural place. He told them that this is the barley tea. He made himself, Evil, pick up the cup of tea and ask her father that, is this the miraculous potion he talked about? The one that would heal immediately after drinking? Leping laughs and said that it's too exaggerated. He just fed them some cold well water before. Elizabeth, who was sitting beside Leping, was not happy. She was thinking that by bringing these 2 weak humans back, what kind of evil experiment does Leping want to do? Is this mean that Elizabeth can't satisfy Leping? Evil's father told Evil that, although he was already unconscious at that time, he vaguely remember. At that time Leping was farming in a field when Wang Ai brought both of them to him. Then when Leping poured the drink in Evil and her father's mouth, he immediately wakes up and get all healed. He told Evil that if it weren't for Mr. Leping's help, he is afraid he would have never seen Evil again. When Evil hear all that, then she started questioning herself, that's such a precious thing. Can they really drink it? Leping laughs and said that the adventurers speak too nicely. There's really no need to be polite. Evil's father thanked Leping again and take a sip that tea. Both of them were too shocked. A golden light comes out from inside their body. They felt that they are lying on a golden grassy field. They could feel the nature in there, every cell. They could feel the energy of everything. Both of them couldn't stop there, cry as they fell. How big the world is. How big this field is. Both of them advance in their realm. Evil's father, advance from 3-star Archmage to 4-star Archmage, and Evil advance from 1-star Mage to 1-star Archmage. Evil's father told Evil that their magic levels have all directly broken through and advanced. Evil said, "Yeah. Evil mother's elf bloodline has awakened, and she've grown ears." Now, after witnessing the boundaries, nothing really matters to them. Leping couldn't see all this. He asked them to let him pour them another cup. Evil's father told Leping that it's enough. He thought that Mr. Leping is really godly person. They can't stand this kind of torment. Leping said all right, but he was sad. He loved to serve them drinks and snacks. But Elizabeth took them all away, and if he take them back, it might annoy the Demon Queen. While drinking orange juice, Elizabeth warned Leping that very thing else's her. Don't even think about it. Leping said sorry to them because there is nothing to serve them. But both Evil and her father were not thinking about food, as them were scared of Elizabeth. Then Leping asked Evil's father that how did they get attacked. Evil's father name is Burrs. Burrs said they, as Mr. Leping can see, it was because of the elf bloodline in Evil's body. Evil told Leping that her mother was the saintess of the elf race, and she gave birth to Evil after falling in love with her father. But the elf race forbids intermarriage with other races. Leping asks so it's the elves who are trying to catch them, but Elizabeth intervened in the conversation. She said, "It's nonsense. The intermarriage ban between races was abolished long ago after the Demon Queen unified the world." Burrs sighed and said, "It's a long story. Ever since Evil's mother was forced to return to the elf Holy Land, he took Evil and hid away." Leping asked that does this means the elves still found out about Evil's existence, so they sent people to catch Evil. Leping thought it's amazing, it's like Romeo and Juliet from another world. Burrs said that because of his wife's sacrifice and returning to the elf tribe, elves have decided to spare them. The ones chasing Evil and Burrs this time are the envoys of the Dark Guild from the Demon Realm. Demon Realm and Dark Guild. Leping looked at Elizabeth and said, "Could it be?" Elizabeth get to angry, she shouted and asked Leping that what do we mean by that. Leping didn't argue with her, and immediately said sorry to her. Then Elizabeth sit down and asked Burrs to explain to her clearly. Where did the Dark Guild and the Demon Realm come from? And why are they capturing elves? Burrs told Elizabeth that the Dark Guild is doing mysterious human experiments, trying to resurrect the Demon Queen who once unified the world. Evil told them that the elves are one of their materials. So much so that even Evil, who have not awakened, her bloodline have become their target. When Leping hear that the Dark Guild is trying to resurrect Elizabeth, he looks at Elizabeth, expecting some explanation. But angry Elizabeth grabbed his neck and warned Leping to don't think she don't know what Leping is thinking. Leping said he know for sure. She've been here all along. He asked her to calm down. Evil asked her father that what is Leping and Elizabeth talking about. Burrs told her to don't be nosy in others' matter. When Elizabeth calmed down, she said it seems that in just 1 year, there have been earth-shattering changes outside. She asked Burrs that who told them that the Demon Queen was already dead. Burrs asked that isn't she, the Demon Queen Elizabeth has been missing for 500 years. If she were still alive, she would have come back to rule the world long ago. Leping was too shocked to her that it has 500 years. Je remember that Elizabeth has only been living here for a little over a year. Elizabeth asked Burrs that what did the rumors say, how the Demon Queen died. Evil told her that, according to the literature, the Demon Queen Elizabeth was killed by the legendary hero. Burrs told them that it is said that the battle lasted for a whole month, and finally, the legendary hero sacrificed himself to protect the hero continent, and died with the evil Demon Queen. Elizabeth get angry how dare they talk such shit. Elizabeth was too angry and just the aura she released from her eyes were enough to make Evil and Burrs feel like they are in hell. Evil and Burrs were shaking in fear. Evil asked her father that what is this boundary again. Burrs told her that this is pure killing intent. Elizabeth looks at them angrily and told them that the rumor is false. Both Evil and Burrs were too scared that yes word comes out of their mouth without them knowing. Leping said, "That's right because he is that legendary hero." Leping was confident, saying it because that's what the system told him. Both Evil and Burrs get too shocked to hear that. Leping pointed at Elizabeth and told them that she is the Demon Queen Elizabeth. Information overload in both Evil's and Burrs' mind. Both of them vomit blood and lost consciousness. Elizabeth was every angry in Elizabeth's eyes. She felt like Leping is laughing while telling Evil and Buns to mock Elizabeth for him, because the Demon Queen has been imprisoned here. Quick laugh at her. Elizabeth slaps the table and said enough. All three of them get scared to see her angry, but Elizabeth stand up and left saying that she wouldn't entertain Leping anymore. Elizabeth was too embarrassed thinking that Leping is stinky Leping. She get it that Leping saved these people back just to humiliate her. He've gone too far this time. She will get her revenge. She snapped the door and left. When Elizabeth left then, both Evel and Burs calmed down. Scared Burs said sorry and asked Leping what is his plans for the future. What Burs want to ask is how Leping is going to deal with them. Leping was scared himself. He don't know what to do either. He told both of them to calm down. Leping was scared because after Elizabeth broke the time barrier, the time here became chaotic and out of sync, until it completely synchronized. It's been 500 years outside. At night, both Evel and Burs were lying on the bed. They were trying to sleep but couldn't because of fear. Evel whispers to her father that she didn't expect that. The truth of 500 years ago was like this. Evel thought that the Demon Queen fell in love with the legendary hero and gave up the world and chose to hide away. Like Evel's father Burs did for her mother. Burs whispers and told Evel that they have no right to compare their selves with hero and Demon Queen, since Leping told them to calm down first. So Leping must be thinking about whether to spare Evel and Burs or not. Evel asked her father that if Leping wants to kill them, why did he save them? Burs told Evel that just like how Leping casually helped them break through to the advanced stage with the sacred tea and almost strangled them. In Leping's eyes, Evel and Burs are no different from ants. Whether to kill or spare, it's all up to their mood. Suddenly Evel hears someone's footstep. It was Leping. He smiled like a devil and asked that since they are still not asleep, what are they doing this late? Evel get to scared to see Leping, but Leping turns on the light and asks them that if they haven't slept yet, how about playing cards? Burs had a confused expression on his face, as he don't know what playing cards means. Then in the light of a candle, they all sit on the floor to play cards. Leping explained all the rules of cards to them to confirm. He asked if they understand everything. Burs replied that he understand roughly. Evel was thinking that as her dad told her before, this is Leping's test for them to decide whether to kill them or not. Leping thought that if they understand 50% of what he told, then it's good. He said he'll start dealing cards then. Evel had a question to ask Leping, but she hesitated to ask. At the end, she couldn't control her desire to question and ask Leping. She asked him that, what's the name of this game? She asked it because there's a sinister aura emanating from these cards that she don't understand why. Leping was surprised by her question as he was not expecting her to ask it. That question really stumps him at the moment. He thought that landlord card is probably not easy to understand for the people of this world, so he come up with a new name and decide to call it Dragon Fight. He chose that name because it was cool, but that cool name scared the shit out of Evel and Burs. Both of them were shocked to hear that name. Elizabeth, who left before and angry couldn't sleep, so she comes to check. She used her high-level magic concealment technique to part her body and soul. Now she was in form of soul, so others cannot see her and she can pass through anything. When she was roaming around the house, she heard that Leping is playing Dragon Fight, so she stopped to look. Leping explained them what Dragon Fight mean. He said that both of them are brave heroes who have to join forces to defeat the dragon. They can decide whether to be the hero or dragon according to the cards they draw. Burs whisper to Evel that this sure is a test for them, in both father and daughter's vision. Leping looks like villain, who warns them to think carefully before they choose. Leping pick up his cards and told them to also look at their cards. Burs whispers to Evel that there's no room for hesitation. He asked her to take her cards. Evel was scared to even pick up those mysterious cards. When she touched those cards, she felt like all her surroundings have changed into demonic hell. Burs was shocked. He thought, is this another realm? Evel was shaking. In fear, she realized that this is not a good place because just picking up the cards drained all her magic power. She couldn't even move her body. She looked at her dad and said sorry because she can't help him more. Burs told her that it's okay and asked her to leave the rest to her dad. On one side, it was life and death situation, and on the other side, for Leping, it was just like playing normal cards. He asked Burs if Burs want to be a dragon. Looking at his cards, Leping thought that, although he don't have many big cards, it's still a very good set. He also has big and small kings, so it's not bad, it's worth a shot. Burs and Evel reply that they don't want to be a dragon. Both of them have good cards, but they don't know it. Leping thought that if he get another 4 and 2, he'll have a winning hand. He again asked them if they are sure they don't want to be dragon. What Leping means by being dragon is if they want to change cards. but both Evil and Burrs deny because they don't understand it. Leping said he won't be polite then, and he pick up a card, but when he turns the card, they are not that good, which could be seen by Leping's expression. Both Evil and Burrs started shaking in fear, thinking Leping is dissatisfied with their performance. Leping said he'll play first, and he played an 8. It was now Burrs' turn. Burrs thought, as long as they pass this test, Leping will spare them so they can't give up now. But when he pick up a card, he suddenly feel pain in his heart. Every time they play a card, it's at the cost of their life force. But Burrs endured it and serves. Burrs was shaking in pain. When Evil saw him like that, she gets scared. But Burrs told her that he is fine, so leave everything to him. Scared Evil passed this round. And then it was Leping's turn. He looks at his cards and thought that besides the royal flush, a straight from 7 to Q, should he break the pair or not. If he do, they'll play a 2, and he'll be at a disadvantage. Leping was thinking too much and was getting too nervous. Leping said forget it, he also pass. Burrs was too shocked to hear that he just pick up a card, and was sucked dry of his life force. And now he have to do it again. He asked Leping if he really not want it. Leping smiled and said no. Now all the pressure was on Burrs. He thought Leping is deliberately making him continue to play cards, and it will continue to consuming his life force. In this situation, he have to get rid of all his cards as soon as possible. Burrs directly show his 8 cards, 2 queen, 3 6 and 3 7. He said that according to the rules, this combination of cards should be called Flying Dragon. But when he put those cards, his heart skipped for a second. This move of his consumed large amount of his life force. But he endured. The price for this move was his one leg. Now he knows that the bigger the cards he play, the bigger the price will be. But what he didn't expect was that a huge flying dragon made of spiritual energy could come out from the cards. Both Evil and Burrs were shocked to see it. Dragon start to prepare for his attack on Leping. Dragon collect spiritual energy in his mouth and shoot at Leping like a laser beam. Elizabeth was watching everything from sidelines. Burrs got really scared. Because it turns out that playing a combination of cards leads to a losing situation. Burrs say he is doomed. He just offended the legendary hero. He will be dead this time. But Leping is fine. He don't get any scratch from Dragon's attack. Leping compliments Burrs that Burrs play really good. Burrs don't believe his eyes. After Dragon's attack, Leping is totally fine. Leping smile and say he don't want it. Burrs can continue. Burrs' hands are shaking. He said he understand. He play his card A3. Evil said she pass. Then this time it's Leping's turn. He play his card. Both Burrs and Evil say that they can't beat it. Leping smile and start to prepare a powerful move. Suddenly they were surrounded by a powerful blue light. Burrs was shocked to see that. A sky-destroying wave come out behind from Leping. Wave attack on Burrs and Evil. Burrs said to his daughter Evil to hang in there. But Evil is worried about his dad. That sky-destroying wave swallow both of them. After surviving form Leping attack, Burrs and Evil say that they can't play anymore. But Leping start to prepare his next move, and said that next is 3 of a kind with a pair. Horse carriage come out from air with soldier and prepared to attack on Burrs and Evil. Burrs got really scared and said he can't beat him. But Evil said she wants to try. She prepared her cards. But Burrs is against the decision. He told her that if she want to play, she have to pay the price with her life force. Evil don't listen and said she can't hide behind him. She also want to protect her father. After saying that she also prepare the same move as Leping. Then 2 horse carriage show up with soldier and start to fight each other. Both of the carriages collide with each other. There was a huge blast of spiritual energy, and Leping's horse carriage come out unscratched. Burrs was shocked. He looks at Evil's and asks her if she is okay. Evil reply that she is fine. Leping told Burrs that it's inappropriate. Burrs must protect his teammates, even if he break up his own cards. And the most important thing is determination. Burrs looks at his fingers, which have been shucked dry of life force. He thought, what is determination? Leping pick up his card and laughs because it's too late for Burrs and Evil. Burrs and Evil were scared to see Leping smile like that. Elizabeth was also scared because it's not good. Such an ominous premonition is really bad. Leping picked 2 cards and slam on the ground. His 2 cards were clown. Suddenly a crack appeared in the space. Evil and Burrs were shocked to see it. From that crack, a hand which looked like Clown's hand comes out. Next Clown himself comes out of the crack and smile at scared Evil and Burrs. Elizabeth was surprised to see that Clown. She want to ask Leping what this summoned is. That Clown is Supreme King. Level 3 Star Demon God. Both Evil and Burrs were shaking in fear when that clown looks at them and smile. Clown extended his hand towards them. But clown stop before touching them and make a beats love sign. He is a clown. So he was just scaring Evil and Burrs. But that clown felt Elizabeth's presence there. He looks at Elizabeth and laughs. He asks her what is she peeking at. He summons a knife in his hand. And while licking that knife he warned Elizabeth to be careful. He will kill her. Elizabeth was angry. She asked Clown that do he know who is he looking down on. Elizabeth used her power